of Alice, you got here just in time. Now this poor girl has been accused of a very serious crime. It seems that she's been growing and often changing size. We won't take this sitting down, so everybody rise!
Rise, 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 so soon she'll take a stand. Alice is on trial in Wonderland.
Where is she?
She'll be along soon. It's rude to be late for your own trial. Oh, she doesn't know she's on trial, so don't say anything to her. We'll spoil the surprise. I love surprise. Let's hope she does.
Wonderland is special, with rules of right and wrong. Yes, rules so strict we make them up as we go along. Our world is topsy-turvy, yet strange as it may seem. Everything makes perfect sense, like a crazy dream.
Rise, 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 so soon she'll take the stand. Alice is on trial in Wonderland. Are the witnesses all present? The witnesses are present! The Mad Hatter?
Does it really matter?
March Hare?
Anywhere, I'll be there.
Caterpillar? Could you stand stiller? I'm feeling iller. Cheshire Cat? Cheshire Cat.
Oh, you never know where that cat's at. And that's that.
I'll be back to see you in just a little while. I'll watch the world from over here and leave you with a smile.
Rise, 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 so soon she'll take the stand. Alice is on trial in Alice, 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 Alice. Where is the defendant? Alice, 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 Alice. Time to start the trial. Alice, 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 Alice. Did someone say my name? Oh, soon she'll take the stand. Alice is on. I beg your pardon? Alice is on trial. What? Alice is on. I didn't quite catch that. Alice, Alice in Wonderland.
Thank you so much for your welcome. What's going on here?
We were going to have a trial.
Oh, how exciting. May I be the judge? I think I'd be a very good judge.
The king and queen will be the judges.
Can't I do something?
Certainly. There couldn't be a trial without you. Now excuse me. I have to go charge the jury.
I hope you don't charge much. I left my wallet at home.
Order in the court. Order in the court. One of you must be four. How can one of us be four?
I was 4 once, but now I'm 12 and a half.
I can see how you can be 12, but how can you be a half? Which part of you is half?
Why, all of me.
How can all of you be a half?
Is there another one of you around, so at least another half? As I said, one of you must be foreman. That's ridiculous. I'll be the judge of that.
No! I'll be the judge of that. Off with his head.
Off with whose head, my dear?
What difference does it make?
Well, it might make a difference to him.
Not once it's off, it won't.
Are the lawyers here?
Tweedledum present, your majesty. Tweedledee present, your majesty. Which is defense and which is prosecution?
Makes no difference. We agree on everything.
But we disagree on nothing.
So are we to argue everything or nothing?
Or both at once.
Or neither twice?
Or 3 for the price of 1.
Perhaps the defendant should get to choose. Who is the defendant?
The defendant he was innocent until we chop off his head.
Or her head.
We are going to try the Knave of Hearts.
That's right, for stealing tarts.
But he ate all the evidence last night and made himself sick. Today he's quite out of his head with a fever.
There's no point in chopping off his head if he's out of it.
It does seem to miss the point.
So we're going to try her instead.
Surprise!
Me? On trial? But I've done nothing.
Perfect. Nothing is what we disagree on.
Oh, this'll be a fine battle.
What have I done? Is someone going to read the charges against me?
No, we don't want to embarrass you, so we'll read them after your execution.
Once your head's off, you won't be able to blush.
Did I do something suspicious?
Who saw her do something suspicious?
Come now, almost anything can look suspicious, if you put your mind to it.
Please, Your Majesty, she was once so small that she could fit under a table.
That sounds suspicious.
And she was once so big we nearly drowned in her tears.
Growing and changing. Very suspicious activities.
Yes, she's guilty as sure as her name is. What is her name, anyway?
May it please Your Majesties, I'm Alice.
Malice? That certainly doesn't please me.
Malice aforethought, no doubt. That name's as good as confession.
Shouldn't you object to that?
Why? I'm the prosecution.
I'm the prosecution.
Isn't anyone defending me?
He is. I object. Let's fight till 6 and then have dinner.
You'd best stand back. When he gets excited, he generally hits everything he can see.
And he hits everything within reach, whether he can see it or not.
Tweedledee, 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 tweedledee.
Habeas corpus.
I object.
Overruled. First down to the prosecution.
I win.
Jurors consider verdict.
Sentence first, verdict after.
Off with the head, off with the head. She is guilty. Off with the head.
Please, may I tell my story?
All right, but be quick about it. We have to find you guilty before lunch.
My sister and I went down to the riverbank. I wanted to play in the water, but she said I was too big for that.
Too big, too big. Aha, she clearly said it. Everyone, please write that down or else you might forget it.
Let's take the time to write it down exactly as she said it.
So, I asked to take a boat out onto the water, but she said I was too little.
Too little, too little. Aha, she clearly said it. Everyone, please write that down or else you might forget it.
Let's take the time to write it down exactly as she said it.
Well, how could I be too big and too little at the same time?
Too big, too little. Now when we just don't get it. We took the time to write it down. We're starting to regret it.
It's a suspicious way of acting. Or, as we say in Latin, modus operandi.
Her modus operandi is nothing short of dandy. Please pass around the candy. I'd like some with my tea.
Let's stop this controversy. The court will show you mercy, and likewise vice versa. Come sit upon my knee.
Don't I get to make a plea?
Off with her head, off with her head. She is guilty. Off with her head.
You were saying?
So, I thought I should fall asleep from boredom, but then a white rabbit ran past who was the most peculiarly dressed.
Peculiarly.
Well, peculiar that he was dressed at all. I mean, he was wrapped, and they don't usually have clothes.
Haven't you ever heard of a hair shirt?
And then he started talking, saying that he was like, and some awful person was going to cut off his head if he didn't.
Your Majesties, I have no idea what she's talking about. I was perfectly on time. Early, in fact, walking briskly. No reason to dawdle. When a strange girl began following me, I went down into my burrow. She followed right behind. She was much too big, of course, but she just dug her way in, making a mess out of everything.
Too big.
Then I fell down the middle of the hole, and I tried to grab the sides, but I was too little.
Too little.
Too big, too little, we never will forget it. We took the time to write it down, she said it, and we read it.
Enough! Proceed!
It was quite a long fall, longer than 3 months. No.
A perfectly ordinary fall lasts
from September 21st through December 22nd.
Your fall sounds quite short. Just because it didn't last 3 months, it doesn't
Does
follow.
not follow.
Or, as we say in Latin,
Non sequitur.
that means it does not follow. The argument is hollow. You'll find it hard to swallow. I'd like a slice of bread.
That wasn't what I said.
Off with her head, off with her head. She is guilty. Off with her head.
Why does everyone speak in Latin?
Latin is exacto, in fact it's ipso facto. Or is that physiology?
I think her lawyer's dizzy. Her lawyer couldn't be here. He's quite non compos mentis. That is to say, completely mad. And I'm his new apprentice.
Our lawyers are completely mad. Don't let them represent us.
The letter lawyer for defense is making very little sense. She'll have to pay the consequence. Off with her head!
I'd rather go to bed.
Off with her head, off with her head. She is guilty. Off with
Why
her
is
head.
she so cross with me?
It's a cross examination, of course.
Who witnessed this alleged fall of yours?
I did, Your Majesties. I was minding my own business when down she comes to the middle of the room. And right away she tries to spring back up.
Spring after fall. That's suspicious right there.
But she's much too little to get back up.
Too little.
There was nothing in the room but a table. Then I saw a little tiny door.
But she was much too big to be through it.
Too big.
So she got down and stuck her big head to the little window in the door that she was going to swallow whole.
I was just looking, and I saw the most wonderful garden. It was all green and bright and sunny, and I thought, to find myself in the garden, oh, what a dream come true. Just past that door are flowers galore, and little red rose bushes too. Everything stays the perfect size. It fits me to a T. I'll find myself in the garden, the perfect place for me.
Loitering detention trespass.
Your argument, Australius, is clearly disingenuous.
Your logic is quite tenuous. I'm hungry. Where's the menus?
Off with her head, off with her head, off with her head, off with her, off with her, off with her, off with her head.
Go on with your story. Where was I?
In the room, with the table, by the door.
Oh, yes, thank you. As I stood outside the little door, I saw something very strange. It took me a moment to realize that it was a big grin without a face or body attached to it. Then, more of it began to appear. Oh, you're a cat, I said.
Why so surprised? I replied.
I've often seen a cat without a grin before, but I've never seen a grin without a cat. What kind of cat are you?
I'm a Cheshire cat, when I'm anything at all.
Would you tell me, please, which way I have to go from here?
That depends a good deal on where you want to get to.
I don't much care where.
Then it doesn't matter where you go. Don't you like it here?
Of course, it's just that you seem so
Mad?
I was going to say unusual, and everything I see is so
Flat? Colorless?
I was going to say confusing. Where do you live?
Oh, here. And over there. Often at the same time.
So, when you're here,
I'm really not all there. I'm here, I'm gone, and yet I linger on, and suddenly I vanish in thin air. Now where'd I go? It's so much fun, you know, when you're not all there. We're all mad here. I'm mad, you're mad.
well, I won't argue that madness with someone who's not all there.
Are you annoyed? Oh good, I'm overjoyed. You want to find me, but you don't know where. Not fair, you say. It's so fun to play when you're not over.
Could you tell me, please, could you tell me how to get to that lovely garden? Mother always says a garden is a lovely place to find yourself.
There's a door. They're often convenient for going
But
places.
how shall I ever get through
Look
it?
about you. You never know what you're not seeing. You think the world is black and white, like something in a book. It all depends on knowing where to look. Do you know how? Well, I can tell you now, a secret that I may or may not share. You're free, like me, to change the world you see when you're not over.
Why, there's a key here and a bottle with a sign that says drink me. But I don't think I should.
Why not?
Suppose it disagrees with me.
Anything is possible. You may shrink if you drink, so beware. But so what if you're not over?
Well, he wasn't very helpful. What should I do now? I don't suppose I have much to lose. Oh, I'm shrinking. I've never grown down before. I feel so different.
You don't look any different. After she drank the bottle, she was only half that size. That must be the half she was talking about.
Well, you said you were 12 and a half. Produce this half at once.
That's better.
Well, it's her better half, obviously.
I don't feel like myself at all.
You still look like yourself, but only a little bit. A very little bit.
At least on the right side to fit through the door, I said. But it's locked. Oh dear, and the key is up there on the table. How can I possibly reach it? Why am I never the right size? But look, there's a little box with a cake in it. And Mother says I must eat my food if I'm to grow. I'll try it. Oh my, I can feel myself getting bigger.
Yes, I'm getting bigger. I'm opening up just like a telescope. I think I must be 2 miles high.
Oh, she was much bigger than that. At least 11 or 12 times bigger.
That must be the 12 she said she was.
Send out the 12!
No more of her. We've too many already. Forget the 12, we'll make do with the 1 and a half. Well, go on with your story.
I'm growing so big now. Yes, so very big. I can't even see the key, much less pick it up. Dear me, I'm crying bucket loads.
Pit, pat, pat. I say that you feel patter, pitter, patter, patter. What on earth could be the matter? Pit, patter, pitter, patter, patter, pitter, patter, pit. Please bestow all I consider. Pat, pat, pit, pit, patter, patter, pit. Of course that must be it. It's rain, that's it. It must be rain. Tra-la-la, tra-la-la, that's it. It must be rain. The rain hit, hit, the rain hit, hit. I don't mind it one little bit. It taps on my head, it tickles my wing. It makes me want to laugh and sing. I'm glad to see the rain. Tra-la-la-la, tra-la-la-la, it seems it must be rain.
Oh, I'm getting smaller.
And smaller. I must be emotionally drained.
the rain is stopping now. Tra-la-la, tra-la-la, the rain is stopping now. Pitter, 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 patter, 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 pitter, patter, pitter, patter, pit, pat, pit, pat, pit, pit. I guess that's it.
The rain stopped as suddenly as it started.
Where on earth did it come from?
And now we're all wet.
It's really too bad.
Yes, it's a crying shame. It must have rained cats and dogs.
Cats or dogs.
I'm sorry, I was just stating a fact.
We can't listen to any more of this.
Why not, Your Majesty?
The court is supposed to be perfectly fair, and you are going to attempt to sway us with facts. We might accidentally form an opinion. We'll come back when the facts are over, and it's time for the sentence.
Remember, form no opinions whatsoever. She's innocent until proven guilty.
She is innocent. All witness.
But who will hear my evidence?
Tweedledee and Tweedledum can hear it.
But they don't even know which side they're on.
What could be fairer than that?
Your Majesty. Gentlemen of the court. Where was I?
I was telling how you nearly drowned everyone.
Oh, you may proceed.
That's big of you.
Don't be smaller than you already are.
As I was about to say, how shall we get dry?
Let's have a caucus race. I suggested hopefully.
How will that help?
Because in a caucus race, everyone has to run. And there's a lot of dry statistics.
And speeches full of hot air. Which office should we run for?
My water commissioner.
Of course.
Why?
Because to get the water off us,
We have to get the water office. Vote for me, I'll help you.
Vote for me. I'm strong.
vote for me. I'm always right and everyone else is wrong.
And the chicken in every pot.
Vote for me,
I'll save you.
Vote for me.
I'm wise. Vote for me. I tell the truth, but everyone else here lies.
Vote for me. Vote for me. Vote for me. For me. For me. For me. For me.
vote for me.
I love you. Vote for me or die. Vote for me. They're also what I'm good at die. Every dog will have its day.
If you keep talking about such awful things,
You'll just have to find your own race.
Good day. No, don't go. I'm sorry. I won't say another word about cats and.
Now you've done it, you've offended everyone.
And now I'm all alone. Just me.
Myself and I.
Am I growing?
Am I shrinking?
When you're all alone.
It's hard to tell. I wish I could find that little garden. If I were small, I'd fit right in.
And if I were tall, I could go anywhere I choose.
The long and the short of it is, I'm never the right size for what I want to do.
And the short and the long of it is I never want to do what I'm the right size for. Dear me, I wish I were grown. I could do what I want when I want to and do it alone. I'd rise to the occasion. I'd know just what to do. Dear me, I wish I were grown up like you.
Dear me, I wish I were small, to be young and
start snoring. He's dreaming now. What do you think he's dreaming about?
Nobody can guess that.
Why about you? And if he left off dreaming about you, where do you suppose you'd be?
Where I am now, of course.
You'd be nowhere. Why, you're only a sort of thing in his dream. If that there king were to wake up, you'd go out, poof, just like a candle.
I shouldn't. Besides, if I'm only a sort of thing in his dream, what are you, I should like to know?
Ditto. Ditto, ditto.
Hush, you'll wake him.
Why worry about waking him unless you're one of the things in his dream? You know very well you're not real.
I am
You
real.
won't make yourself a bit realer by crying.
There's nothing to cry about.
I thank you to keep my opinions to yourself.
What's going on?
Oh, where's the queen?
We will take you to her, your majesty. Go on with your evidence,
But there is nobody to hear it.
and nobody will listen more attentively than we.
At least we know we're real.
Now that the king's awake.
Perhaps he's only dreaming he's awake.
I can't believe that.
Can't you try again? Take a long breath and close your eyes.
There's no use trying. One can't believe impossible things.
I dare say you haven't had much practice. Why, when I was your age, I used to do it for half an hour a day. Sometimes I used to believe 6 impossible things before breakfast. The things around you may not be what they appear. I'll share another secret now, my dear. It's quite extreme. We could all be a dream. Just little whiffs of whimsy in the air. Awake at dawn, and poof, we'd all be gone. But you go on when we're not all there.
Well, we'd better get on with our evidence.
Because nobody is listening.
Most attentively. And what happened next, Miss Alice? Don't be shy. Speak right up.
Goodness, I can't remember what happened next. Where was I?
Your Honor, my client is obviously beside herself.
And you can't be tried twice for the same offense.
I move for a mistrial. A dismissal of all charges would suit us to a T.
Oh, that's it. To a T.
That's what I said.
No, that's what happened next. I went to a T.
Pray continue. In my own words.
So I kept on walking until I came to a tea party. There sat a Mad Hatter, a Martyr, and a Dormouse.
No room, no room.
There's plenty of room.
Why is a raven like a writing desk?
I love riddles. I believe I can guess that.
Do you mean you think you can find the answer?
Exactly so.
Then you should say, what do you mean?
I do. At least I mean what I say. That's the same thing, you know.
Not the same thing a bit. You might just as well say that I see what I eat is the same as I eat what I see. Or I like what I get is the same as I get what I like.
Or I breathe when I sleep is the same as I sleep when I breathe.
It is the same with you. Everybody, move down. What day of the month is it?
The fourth?
2 days wrong? I told you but it would ruin the works. It was about wasting it. It's him.
I don't know what you mean.
Of course, you don't. I dare say you've never even spoke to time.
If you and he are such good friends, why is your watch wrong?
It's a sad situation. The Mad Hatter was singing a song one day, and without thinking, he began to beat time.
He won't stand the beating. Ever since then, he won't do a thing I ask. It's always 6 o'clock now.
Is that why there's so many tea things set out here?
Yes, that's it. It's always tea time, and we have no time to watch the things between whiles.
That's why you keep moving around, I suppose.
Yes, exactly so, as the things get used up.
But what happens when you come to the beginning again?
Suppose we change the subject?
Why don't you sing a song for us?
Oh, I don't think...
Then you shouldn't talk.
Very well, then. I'll sing a song we often sing in class. Twinkle, twinkle, little bat, how I wonder where you're at. Goodness, it never sounded like that before.
Why should a person change and a song remain the same?
It's time for tea. Everybody, move down. No idle conversation now. I have no time for talking. You don't
present. At least I thought I knew who I was when I woke up this morning, but I think I must have been changed several times since then.
What do you mean by that? Explain yourself.
I can't explain myself, I'm afraid, because I'm not myself, you see.
I don't see.
I'm afraid I can't put it more clearly, for I can't understand it myself. Being so many different sizes in a day is very confusing.
It isn't. What size do you want to be?
Well, I'm not particular as to size. Only one doesn't like changing so often, you know.
I don't know. Are you content now?
Well, I should like to be a little larger if you don't mind. 3 inches is such a wretched height to be.
It's a very good height indeed.
Well, I'm not used to it.
You'll get used to it in time.
Who are you to say such things and act as if you knew?
I know precisely who I am. The point is, who are you? Who are you? Who are you? Such a simple question. Who are you?
I've grown again. You see, I keep changing. That's why I don't know anymore.
Ah, the more things change, the more they stay the same. When you were just a tiny babe, it looks quite alarming. You had no teeth, you had no hair. Your mother found you charming. But now you talk and now you walk. Your hair is long and flowing. You've come so far, well there you are. Now I must be going. The more things change, the more they stay the same. The more things change, the more they stay the same.
Wait, come back. I don't quite understand what you mean.
The things you said when you were small, your mother thought enthralling. She would coo and you said goo. I find that appalling. But now you've grown to speak so well, and what does that all show you? Your mother were to see you now, don't you think she know you? Of course she would, and if not, wouldn't that upset you? Yet not one thing about you is the same as when she met you.
The more things change, the more they stay the same. The more things change, the more they stay the same.
And I don't mean just your name.
Oh, I'm so confused. How can I hope to know who I am when I keep changing?
Have you finished your evidence?
Yes, there's no point in saying any more.
Now then, about this child. It's been going on all day. I think it's time to call a recess.
You're just delaying a perfectly good execution. Nobody wants a recess.
I love recess. It's my very favorite part of school days. Are we going to play games?
Games, yes, croquet. You do know how to play croquet.
I may not know who I am, but I definitely know how to play croquet. It's a capital game, and I'm very good at it. Where do we play?
Right here. Here are mallets and our balls.
What about the wickets and the stakes?
Here are the wickets.
And the stakes are your head.
You mean if I lose?
You lose that. You said yourself it's a capital game, so the punishment must be capital too.
But if I win?
tame. If you lose, of course we kill you. You won't forget now, will you? These are the rules of the game. The rules, the rules, the rules, the rules. These are the rules of the game.
A game of croquet on a lovely summer's day.
The rules are strict but never quite the same.
The queen can rearrange them if she wants to. She can change them.
These are the rules of the game.
The rules, the rules, the rules. These are the rules of the game.
But it isn't fair.
Not be a sin on the very queen of justice, just long as I win.
The game of croquet on a lovely summer's day.
If you lose, you've just yourself to blame. You see, you get to choose it. Either keep your head or lose it. These are the rules of the game.
The rules, the rules, the rules, the rules. These are the rules of the game.
My mallet kicked a wicket. This isn't playing cricket. I may be in danger. This is strange and getting stranger.
Obey, you'll be let off. The queen will cut your head off. These are the rules of the rules of the rules of the game.
I win!
But you didn't play by the rules.
I make up my own rules.
That's advantage of being a ruler, you know. I think something's afoot here.
Something's always afoot with a ruler.
I'm afraid there's no help for it. You have to be executed.
But what about the trial?
Speak to the defense. I'm not you're the one who. Step right this way. How about a little bit off the top?
Can it be possible? Is this the garden? This is where I'd hope to find myself?
Now, everyone will be able to find you. A little bit over here. A little bit over there.
It's nothing like I thought it would be. The flowers are painted and the trees are made of wood.
Aren't most trees made of wood?
Who's that? Off with his. Oh, never mind.
It's just not what I expected.
It never is. You must make the best of what you have. Even if nobody's there, you can always get ahead.
But I'll never find out who I am.
Who are you?
Caterpillar, what are you doing here?
Just stretching my wings.
Caterpillar, I mean butterfly. You look wonderful.
Yes, I do.
What if that you, of all creatures, were never going to change, but stay just what you were?
And so I am. Caterpillar, butterfly. Everything changes but who I am.
You mean inside you're the same?
And so are you. You just have to wake up to the fact.
I'll try.
You have to wake up.
Yes, that's my sister's voice, sleeping. I've been sleeping. So that means you're all just a dream. All you fantastic creatures. And I had hoped to find myself in this garden.
You can find yourself anywhere, because what you find will always be
What I brought with me.
You will grow and change as years go by. At times you'll walk, at times you'll crawl, and sometimes you will fly. A garden in a dream seems perfect and ideal. It never moves or changes, it isn't real.
trials. They help us sort things out. Don't worry, there'll be plenty more. That's what life's about.
Yes, life can be a trial, or life can be a game, but who you are will always remain the same. And somewhere in a dream, your heart will want to go and find a place where you can grow.
Oh, I can't wait to tell my sister all about you. Come along, it's time for us to wake up.
I can't wake up. This is your dream. I'm just another one of your fantastic creatures.
No, you're me. You're who I was when I was small.
But not who you are.
You know what will happen to her when you wake up.
She shall go out, poof, just like a candle.
So shall we all.
It's not so bad once you get used to it.
But if I remember my dream, if I remember even when I wake, then that might save us. But how can we be sure you'll remember us? How could I ever forget you? I shall carry you in my mind, and you will never go out, but continue on and on.
We'll continue on with her head. You know, I always